Hey everybody, it's Allison, the Holistic Homesteader. Today I'm going to show you how to make some cheesy scallop potatoes. So with Easter right around the corner, I figured I would show you guys this really simple cheesy scallop potato recipe. I make this every Easter and sometimes even Christmas time too. It's great any time of year, but this is definitely an Easter go-to. So it's a really simple recipe. I have a 13-inch by 9-inch pan here, and I cubed up, I peeled and cubed up probably 3 to 4 pounds of russet or Idaho potatoes. I rinsed them really well. And then I dried them. That's a really important step, is to dry the potatoes, because you don't want a lot of extra moisture down in your pan. Now to this, I'm going to add a can of, this is a 26 ounce can of cream of chicken soup, and then this is a 10 and a half ounce of cream of celery soup. I'm going to add those down into my potatoes with just a little bit of salt and pepper, and then I'm also going to add some cheese. Now I had this blend of Colby and Monterey Jack cheese on hand. This is what I'm going to use in my recipe. You can also use any kind of blend of cheddar, regular cheddar, mild cheddar, sharp cheddar. Any of these work fine in this. And even if you don't have the cream of celery, it goes great with just cream of chicken. If you don't have the cream of chicken and you just have cream of celery, also great. You really cannot screw up this recipe. So what I'm going to do next is I'm just going to dump these down into here, and I'm going to mix that really thoroughly with just a little bit of salt and pepper. You do not want to over salt these. This is full salt. There's a lot of salt in these cans of soup, so you don't want anything too salty, and there's of course salt in the cheese too, so go easy on the salt. So I added my 2 cans of soup down in, and now I'm going to add in about a 1/4 teaspoon, just a sprinkle of fresh cracked pepper. Can't talk today. And the same for salt. You want to make sure to cut your potatoes in the same size. It doesn't matter if they're, the 1-inch type cubes or if they're a little bit smaller, but you just want to make sure that they are consistently about the same size. Now from here, I am going to add in about 1.5 to 2 cups of my cheese. That's definitely more toward the 2-cup mark. And then I just mix everything really well. All right, so from here with our potatoes, we are going to stick them in a 350-degree preheated oven. I'm not going to add any cheese yet. They're gonna go in for about an hour, and then I'm going to take them out of the oven. I'm gonna mix them up really well, and then I'm going to sprinkle on, where's my cheese? I'm gonna sprinkle on probably another cup of this Colby Jack after they've already cooked for an hour and I've stirred them really well. Stirring them just allows the potatoes to, we're going to make sure that all of the potatoes are cooked the whole way through. Otherwise, usually just the potatoes around the edges get cooked, and nobody really likes that. So we prevent that by just stirring after an hour. All right, so my oven is preheated. my potatoes are ready to go in. I'm gonna throw those in and set the timer for an hour, and I will check back when the hour is up. Okay, 2 more tips. So tip number 1 is to put them on some kind of lined pan. I have them on a parchment lined baking sheet right now, and that just helps. If anything kind of bubbles over, then it's just less mess for you to clean up. I'm all about a less messy kind of life. All right, tip number 2, you can make these ahead of time. And the reason that I'm putting this video out now is so that you can make these even for Easter dinner if you wanted to. This pairs really well with any kind of meat. We're having it tonight actually with chicken cordon bleu, so you'll see that recipe soon. But you can pair this really, really well with ham. That's our favorite. All right, there they are in the oven. I'm gonna set the timer for an hour, and I will check back. 3, 2, 1. I'm going to check back, show you how they look. So I just pulled our scallop potatoes out of the oven. They've been in there about an hour. I am going to stir these really well, and then I'm going to add about another cup of cheese over the top. And I'm going to put them back in our 350-degree oven. All stirred up. Now I'm just going to take the same cheese that we have mixed into it, and I'm going to sprinkle about a cup over the top, and then I'm going to put it back in the oven. So just like any time I make a potato, I'm checking for fork tenderness, and you can tell these are not fork tender at all. These are going to take about another hour. So I'm going to put my cheese down over the top now and get them back in there. All right, got our potatoes back in the oven. I'm gonna set the timer for, I'm gonna set it for 40 minutes, and I'll check them, see if they need a little more time. So I just pulled these out of the 350-degree oven. They were in for an hour and a half to an hour and 45 minutes, somewhere in there. But these were cut up pretty big. If you would have made your potatoes smaller, you might have less cooking time. Just check them for fork tenderness. All right, everybody, I hope you have enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching and subscribing. Okay, bye.